What do I know for sure needs to be done? What's the simplest thing I can start with? Stop making it so hard on yourself. Hey y'all, welcome to Meryl's Mystic. I'm Meryl, and I empower witches, bitches, and dudes to complete themselves because you are the one that you've been looking for. And today, we're here to talk about the upcoming new moon in Gemini. Well, by the time this comes out, it'll probably already be the new moon in Gemini. The new moon will be happening in the early morning hours of Monday, May 30th. And so you can do any sort of rituals the night before or the night of. It will be at its darkest, becoming new around 5:30 in the morning. That's Mountain Time, so it's 4:30 Pacific Time. And I can do math, 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time. New moons are always a good time for manifesting rituals. Just definitely manifest lightly because we are still in Mercury retrograde until the 3rd, so things could easily change in the next month after this new moon. But it's also, new moons are always my favorite time for self-care rituals. And definitely go watch the Lovers card reading. I do try to touch on a little bit about what's going on and how we're collectively being affected. And there's some good resources on that video. Because what keeps coming through is that it's really difficult to help others when you are unable to even help yourself right now. And I'm feeling like a lot of us are in this place of my own world isn't even okay. I don't even have enough resources for myself. And so I think coming from the Lovers reading into this new moon reading, the Lovers reading is for Gemini season, for all signs, into this new moon reading, there's very much this call to get quiet. There's very much this call to be quiet with yourself, to be quiet with others so that you can listen, to allow others to be quiet. This need for us to continue to go inward. And with all this Gemini energy, there's a lot of reflective energy and trying to recognize how you feel inside, how you feel about the world outside of you, how those things coexist, how they correlate, how they go together. But there's this continuing need to go inward so that we're connected to our intuition, so that you're connected to your intuition. And working with the moon is all about intuitive energy, is a great way to do that, to keep practicing that, because it is connecting with and listening to your intuition is a practice. It's something that you get better with in time, but it's not perfect. There are times where we don't, listen to your intuition. And so much of this is because our energy is a ripple effect. And how we are internally, how we treat ourselves internally, is a lot of the time how we see the world. I won't get too much more into it because there's a lot of it in the Gemini card, the Lovers card reading. But that is the main message. I want to empower you to be able to take care of yourself so that you are at your best. So then you are able to go and connect with others and help others the way that you want to. Okay. Okay, let's just get into this reading. We're using the Modern Witch Tarot by Lisa Sturl, and we'll be pulling a oracle card or 2 or 3, however many they want to show us, from the Shaman's Dream Oracle by Alberto Villoldo, Dr. Alberto Villoldo, and Colette Baron Reed. So things are popping out already. So we'll pull at least 3 cards. The first one will be what the basic energy, I shouldn't say basic, general energy lesson message that this moon is bringing us, and then we will go from there. Whoa, 3 cards right there. Cool. Sweet. I was gonna say cool, and then I started to say sweet. I said queet, gruel. Just a little Mean Girls reference for you. Okay, so the first card is the general energy lesson. King of Pentacles. Look how quiet and stoic he is. So quiet. So I say that because it just feels like validation for what's been going through, or what's been coming through, excuse me. And a lot of the part of the king is having a sturdy foundation, is having a platform, having a strong, solid, wealthy starting point. All of a sudden I don't want to pick it up. There it goes. And look how like cool and calm they are. They have everything they need. They're provided for. And it's not even they're provided for. I mean, the universe provides for us, but the King of Pentacles did the work also to get there. And there's a lot of work to be done out there. But you have to make sure you're in the right place to do certain work. And if you're not in the right place, it's time to figure out how you get there. It's like we're all trying to jump to part C, and we haven't even read part A or B yet. And we need to, learn what we need to do. But we also have to recognize when we can and cannot do those things. So, and the King of Pentacles takes their time. The court card, the Pentacle court cards are the slowest moving. They know that it takes time, that things are not going to change or happen overnight. And ironically, I talk about, this trope of showing up and being consistent. In the Gemini reading, in the Lover's card reading, I talk about it. That I'm afraid that this new saying is like, just pull yourself up by your bootstraps. It's the new version of that a little bit. But the King of Pentacles does, keep showing up. They are very consistent. The thing about it is, though, that just because you can't show up every day doesn't mean you're inconsistent. This sort of consistency is continuing to recommit to what you're committing to, continuing to reconnect with what you want to connect with. It's just about not quitting. And of course, there are certain things we have to recognize we can't do anymore. There's a lot of this discernment going on, especially with Gemini season, discerning what you can and cannot control, what you can and cannot change. and trusting too that everything's in motion. And so just because you can't do anything about it right now doesn't mean you can't do anything about it later. It's one of these things where it's like, okay, if I'm not motivated to do this thing today that I thought I was going to get done, am I motivated to do so that I can at least get something done? And then you reconnect the next day. And then maybe the next couple days, it doesn't go so well. And you're having a really rough time and the world feels really heavy and you just wanted to cry for 2 days. That's totally fine and fair and valid. So speaking of, the next card, we have the King of Cups. There is something going on, especially when the kings show up together. It's like a meeting of the minds. And I like the King of Cups too because they are also very cool and calm and collected, and being this eye of the storm, no matter what is crashing around them. They are on solid ground, even though it is the Water King. Because you need your emotions. And we talk about this in the Lover's card reading. You need your ego, you need your emotions, you need your intuition. Both are important. It is not one or the other. But it's okay if a couple days don't go as well as you wanted them to go. Do not beat yourself up. Do not, oh, it's ruined now. My consistency's out the door. Couldn't show up this week. You were probably having a really hard week. Your trauma and your PTSD was probably triggered. There were other things that you needed to take care of to make yourself feel better. Shoot, I was supposed to record earlier this week. I really needed to clean my bathroom. I couldn't do it. I couldn't live with the grossness anymore. That's what I needed to do the other day. Not show up online consistently. Being consistent for yourself. It's about showing up consistently for yourself, no matter what that means. And not getting down on yourself when you didn't do what you thought you were going to do that day. It's about kind of living in like 24-hour increments and being as present as possible. Being aware of your actions, whether it's ego-driven, emotional-driven, intuitionally driven. Because Hanged One in reverse. Because there's a stillness coming through. Because and the energy is just like stirring everything up, and it's stirring people up, it's stirring emotions up. People are saying things without thinking about them. Things aren't going right. People are having problems with their, travel, things not going right with moves. I've seen so many posts about like, well, we thought this thing was going to work out, and then this and this went wrong. My mom had to go like help her friend the other day because a bunch of stuff broke down for her, and she had to be at this festival to sell her stuff. And it's like, it's a lot of little things that end up like making you break down. Like I almost had a breakdown at the grocery store yesterday over the cart, and then not being able to get the cart out, and then I always get the squeaky cart, and then I lost my list. It was after the store, it was right where I should have seen it, like, I realized, I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like I'm just gonna sit here and laugh because at this point, so much is out of my control that if I keep trying to control things, that's the thing about the kings coming up too. Like, there's more control within the queen energy That energy, for some reason, it's just a little bit more like contained. The archetype of the queen has to be very like these kings are a little stoic, but the queens do tend to be a little bit more appearing as if they have it, you know, all put together. They have to be very like, yes, this is, and they keep everyone on task and that sort of thing. And the king is this other side of that. The king is the evolution of the knight. The queen is the evolution of the page. The king's a little bit above this, the evolution of the queen. That's just like how the archetypes are structured. But there's something more relaxed about the kings, because they've had to learn that you can't control everything. And that sometimes you have to sit back and observe and gather all of the information before making a plan, a choice, a decision, a move. And with the Hanged One coming up in reverse, it's funny because a lot of the time it's like, what's the energy? Why is the energy? How is the energy? Or how are we going to do this? You know, and a little bit, this is like, how are we going to do this? It's to stop resisting the quiet, to stop resisting the pauses, to stop resisting. I heard the care, the self-care. Again, like I said, new moons are one of the best times to do self-care rituals, because those actions within themselves are a declaration to the universe that, you know, that you're investing something in yourself. Because abundance attracts abundance. Care attracts care. Like, there's very much this energy about making sure that you are okay, so that you have a positive ripple effect on the world, on the earth, when you're out in it. So very much with the Hanged One coming up in reverse, we have to stop resisting those quiet moments. When you don't have plans, don't start seeking out plans. Recognizing where you are. It's like we have to meet other people where they're at. You need to meet yourself where you're at also. Because truly, we can only help people, and we can only be contribute to the collective and to our relationships. A huge reason why we're on this earth is for our relationships, is to be in this place, to be in this evolved place, to be in this abundant place, and being open to accepting that. And that came up also, like, I just did that reading. It's probably why a lot of it's crossing over, but this is also our Gemini New Moon, so I'm not surprised too that it's having a lot of the same dynamic. Because there's this is the internal evolution of yourself too, and of your soul, and of your intuition. These are these moments. See how they have this glowing halo around their head? That represents like an enlightenment, an evolution. And so if you're resisting being in this moment, then you're resisting your evolution, you're resisting your growth, and then you're holding yourself back, and then you're holding back the impact, the positive impact that you can have on your world, on the world, on your community, for your community. Okay. Bottom of the deck. 5 of Wands in reverse. The first thing I heard was just conflict. There's so much conflict going on between people, between each other. When it's in reverse, a lot of time it's internal conflict. I don't know what to do. I don't know what move to make. I don't know where to go. Don't force it. Ask yourself, what do I know is true right now? What can I do? What do I know for sure needs to be done? What's the simplest thing I can start with? Stop making it so hard on yourself. Okay? Okay, let's get an oracle card here. Oh, upside down. I keep doing that. I keep being like upside down, inside out. Upside down. What is that song? It's like an old disco song. Go watch the Lovers card reading. Have I said that yet? Have I mentioned that? Have I mentioned that reading yet? You could still watch your Taroscopes for Taurus season, because they're kind of like Taurus season and May. I'll probably start doing the individual sign readings for the months. I'll still do the collective readings for the seasons, and then I'm going to probably shift the individual readings for the months. I think that might just be a little easier for everybody. Okay. I think it's this one. Fortune's Wheel, luck and right timing. This is so cool, y'all, because again, in the Lovers reading, it said that the financial stuff is on its way. And luck and right timing. So there's also like this waiting, because the timing's on its way. You cannot speed up the right timing. Sometimes you have to wait for it to come to you. I like how it looks like it's like shiny. Shining bright. Okay, 23. Fortune's Wheel, luck and right timing, a turn of fortune. The Fortune's Wheel is a sign that luck has found the right timing in your life. You have the magic touch and everything turns to gold. There is nothing you can do wrong. You only need to hold what you desire as your intention and it becomes true. Do not waste this power on trifling things. Dream big, for surely this opportune moment will pass. Such is the nature of Fortune's Wheel. Use the creative power of the Fortune's Wheel for the benefit of others, and the gifts will be returned to you tenfold. Use it only for your own gain, and you will be left impoverished and with the bitter taste of squandered opportunity. Fortune's Wheel comes unannounced. Notice the early signs, the coincidental encounters, and the seemingly magical and synchronous events that herald its arrival. That call, that email, that invitation, that chance encounter with no accident. They all were choreographed by Fortune. Do not wait any longer. Carpe diem. Recall your boldest and noblest longing and invite it into your life. This invitation is all that is required. Ooh, so good. So see, it's like you don't even have to do much. It's like, stop trying so hard. These figures are all just sitting and knowing and trusting that they are right where they're supposed to be. Okay? And do remember, like, what you do affects others. I love that it added, if you only use it for your own gain, you will be left impoverished. It won't, it's karmic. So you have to recognize your bigger whys, the bigger reasons, okay? And then you have to take the chance. You have to take the action. Like I was saying in the beginning, the kings don't just get here because they get here. They also work at it. But some of that work is recognizing when you don't have to do much. okay? And only recognizing the things that you can do, the steps to get there. Very cool. Good stuff. Good stuff. So this is good. I needed this too. I think it shows that if we keep going, things will turn around. That these low moments are just moments, but we need to make sure that we're staying open and that we're also giving moments of quiet so that we can listen. And giving yourself a moment so that you can be the best that you can be, okay? Please be gentle with yourself. Please be patient with yourself and others. Make sure you're taking advantage of this new moon. It's telling you that the luck and abundance is on its way. So maybe do some manifesting, okay? Write down those dreams. And when you're manifesting, when you're setting these goals, don't just write down like what you want, also write down why you want it. And when you are dreaming big, planning big, I want to create this so that these are the things that I can contribute to also. Not just to contribute to my life, but so I can use my abundance and good, for others, for the collective. Okay? Because we're here to be with each other. We're not here to be an island. You've heard that saying. You're not here to be an island. Okay? Thank you so much for being here. Please enjoy this new moon. I will see you in the individual tarot scopes and the full moon. Let me know what's resonating with you. Let me know if you need any extra support. All my links are attached. I'm also getting my Patreon going. A little bit of your help goes a long way right now. It's just a general support. And then eventually I'll start releasing extra content. But I just need a little bit of support so I can keep doing this. So those links are attached, and I'd so appreciate if you go and check that out. Please be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you again. I so appreciate you, and I will see you next time. Bye.